My goal is you're going to get to the end of this video and you will have said, wait, why didn't I know this product existed before this at least one time? I'm sharing some of my favorite game-changing products that solve some of your most annoying problems, but let's dive in. Okay, first up is this bottle cleaner that I got for our sink. I wasn't really sure if I was gonna love this because I was like, is the hassle of keeping it clean going to outweigh its benefit? And I've been using it for maybe 6 weeks or so now, and I have to say I absolutely love it. I made sure that I brought it from our old house to our new house when I moved because I actually have become so reliant on it. Glasses are one of those things that are just hard to wash. Sometimes even the dishwasher will not get inside of them. This thing has suctions on the bottom. You just suction it to the bottom of your sink. I'll put a tiny bit of soap on it, and anytime I come across the glass, I will just take it, put it on the scrubber, twist it once, and then put it into the dishwasher. And ever since we have installed this thing, I have not had one issue with my cups coming back not clean. These freezer box covers are really great if you have kids. For a while, I thought that they were just sort of kitschy, but now that I have multiple kids eating freeze pops, complaining to me that their hands are cold, trying to use a paper towel, and the paper towel is falling off with the freeze pop, these little koozies just slide her in on and make it so any age can happily enjoy their freeze pop without bothering me 16 million times about it. Next up are air tags, which I'm aware is not a new or novel product, but in the last 6 months or so, I've gotten really good about sort of implementing these into my life, and holy guacamole, they really do save you a lot of hassle. So I started by just getting the keychain attachments, and I added these to my keys and my wallets, and then my husband always losing the keys to the lawnmower. They connect extremely easily to your phone, and then you just pull up the Find My Phone app and you can locate literally any of these items. But there are endless uses for these. I've used them when I travel. I'll put them inside my suitcases, so when we're flying I can assure that the suitcase has made it to its final destination. If not, then I know where it is. When I took my kids to Disney for the first time, I had 3 kids age 5 but under at Disney. I clipped one inside of my bigger kids' shirts just for peace of mind. We didn't end up needing them, but it was just nice to know that it was there. I know of parents who will stick them in their kids' backpacks because, one, if the backpack gets lost, but also just because that way they know when the kids' bus is getting close and they know to go to the end of the driveway to pick them up. It's really one of those products that I know has been around for a little while, but once I started implementing and using them, they are such a lifesaver. It's the one of these cabinet covers. In our prior house, I had done a custom green bottom on our kitchen. A lot of you might remember it. I'm very heartbroken to have left my green kitchen, and the only regret I had about that green kitchen is the tops of the cabinet, specifically the garbage can, and then just the drawers my kids went into a lot, got stuffed and marked really bad. And I wish I had known about these products before. They're essentially just a clear cover. You can cut them to the size of your cabinet, and then you stick it on the top, and it just is going to protect those high traffic cabinets from that normal wear. This stove top cutting board cover, this is another product I'd seen around for a while and was skeptical about, but I decided to try it out, and holy guacamole, it is really great. I have a standard 30-inch oven in a new house, so I went for a standard one and it fits really well. But what I love about this is it solves a couple of annoying problems. One, it gives you more counter space if you are in a kitchen that already has not a lot of, so now you've created extra workspace for when you're not using your oven. But the other annoying problem that I found that it has actually solved as well is if you have a gas stove like I do, it gets sort of dirty and messy down there really, really quickly and easily. And I found that by keeping this cover on my stove when I am not cooking, keeps the range so much cleaner, not only making any more space, but I'm cleaning less. I have these rechargeable light bulbs. I have used these a few times, but these are amazing if you have a spot that you want a light, but you do not have a working outlet or an outlet in a convenient spot for that. Rechargeable light bulbs are essentially the solution to that because you just charge them out. You can use a remote to turn them on and off, and you can even control the temperature and the amount of brightness that's on them. These are dissolvable labels, which are great if you do a lot of meal prep. They work just like any other label. You can write on them and then stick them on to your food storage. But then when you're done, all you have to do is run them under water and they will fully dissolve. So I'll show you here underneath water, no spraying. I only sped this up 1.5 speed, and you can see the water just dissolves the label away, and then you're good to go for another day. Okay, this electric juicer, you guys, I thought that this is gonna be a dud. I saw it shared, and so I bought it out of curiosity, mostly just to test it if we were wrong, and I was wrong. This thing is so good. It's so small, it takes up so much less space than any other juicer I've had, and it's completely hands-free. You put the citrus in, you press the button, and it juices all of it for you, and it literally cleans the worms out completely. It is insane. So I'm showing you here the juice I was able to get from just a single orange. I mean, like, look at it. It literally gets all of the juice out. So this was all the juice I was able to get from one single orange, which my previous juicers are doing by hand never would have been able to. Kitty cats will turn any bottle, well, 98% of water bottles into a sippy cup. I keep these literally like one of my dad read. I think one of the car, this may be one of my purses. This is really great. Where if you're in a situation you want to give one of your younger kids something to drink and you don't have one of their cups, it's love that these are so tiny. You can store them away, and then when you need them, you'll be so glad they were there. Okay, next up is a kitchen gadget that I am obsessed with lately, and it is my herb saving pod. This is like a little plastic container. It holds some water in the bottom, and it will keep your herbs staying fresh for way longer. So I actually did a test to show you guys. So I got 2 bunches of dill and 2 bunches of parsley, and I put one of each in the herb saver, and then I put the other 2 just like in the plastic bags that they come in. And so let's check, and then this is 10 days later. So first, look at the dill. Obviously, when it wasn't in the herb saver, not looking so great. It's pretty like soggy. The parsley's looking a little better, but it's pretty wilty. So let me show you the same exact 2 bunches. I bought this at the same exact time from the herb saver. So first, you can see the dill. It's not soggy, it's not gross, it's still fresh. I could still use this, it's not disgusting. Second, the parsley, it's still perky. Look how happy it is. It's not wilty at all. This pod is so great. I gotta tell you guys about the cashew guys. This is the best thing ever. My office has the worst fruit flies. This is essentially like a little blue light, and it has a tiny little fan inside, and you turn it on, you leave it on overnight. It's ideal, and then the fruit flies are attracted to the blue light. And look at literally how gross that is. I know, but it catches all the fruit flies. So if you have a problem with fruit flies in your kitchen or somewhere else, this is literally the best way to get rid of them. Solar buddies, I talked about this so many times, but it is honestly the easiest way to get sunscreen on your kids. Even my kids don't mind it. You can take the top off, fill it with your own preferred sunscreen, which is really nice because I feel we all have sunscreens that we prefer. And then there's a rollerball applicator with a sponge, so you can literally just wipe it onto your child and get the perfect application. My 3 and 5-year-old can actually do this mostly for themselves. I find this works way better than some of the other hacks like people use the makeup brushes, because those are just sticky, and then where do you store them once they have sunscreen all over them? This has a little cover. I just love that this allows you to use a regular standard sunscreen that you might want to use with a lot less fuss. My car, pull away trash can, trash bags, whatever, these hang on the back of the headrest. I put them on the back of the passenger side headrest. That way I can just reach it while I'm driving, and it is a really easy, convenient place to just put all of your trash. I'm notorious for using the little side compartment of my car, like the side door compartment, as my personal trash can. My husband's always like, this is not a trash can. I'm like, then what else is it? That's obviously what it is. But then every time I'm getting gas, I'm like pulling all the trash out of this. I love that this is just one easy contained space. It's in the back seat, so my kids can easily throw away their trash as well. And then when it's full, you just can tear it away, seal it closed, and throw it into a trash bag and put another one waiting there for you. This just kept my car way more trash free since I started using them. Next up is this all natural odor eliminator. I can be weird about artificial fragrances, and I feel like you have to have like a PhD in anything to understand what's considered safe or what's not, but I feel pretty safe about using this product in my home. What I love about it is it's essentially a room spray, so you can go through a room, you can spray this, it is gonna leave a scent, but the scent only lasts for like 30 to 40 minutes. Then it goes away, but what it does do in that 30 to 40 minutes is also eliminates the bad smells that were in a space as well. So it's not just trying to cover up the odors, it actually is eliminating the odors. A couple times a week I will use this, particularly in the bedrooms I find around like dirty laundry hampers or on the dog bed where my dog sleeps, areas that tend to hold on to scents like rugs and upholstered items. I bought these totes specifically because we were moving homes, and I thought that it would be an easier way to move some of the big stuff as opposed to using boxes, but I've actually really found that I like this for basement storage and organization in general. They're these really big, heavy-duty totes that allow you to put a lot of like items together, just because places like attics and basements can easily become overflowing with stuff, and you just kind of end up with stuff everywhere. But by sort of compartmentalizing them into like containers, it can make the space a lot more organized. And these moving totes were a really great solution for me for those hard to organize things that don't fit into boxes and bins. Third sticks, I made an entire Instagram reel about these because I just love them so much. They essentially replace the normal bag clip cheap and they are far superior. They're so much better. All you have to do is fold over any bag, they slide on, and they create an airtight seal. So not only does your food last longer, but unlike bag clips, they're not going to pop off. You don't have to worry about some of the stuff spilling out from the sides. I find them just so great. I use them for everything. I especially really love them for like my freezer foods, like frozen vegetables and stuff, because bag clips and freezers do not mesh well because too much is moving around in the freezer. The back clips are falling off and now you have frozen corn all over your freezer. Not that I'm speaking for personal experience, but I am. So is Miss Mouse Messy Eater Stain Treater. I keep this in my kitchen just to treat any stains that my kids might have on their clothes. Now, I am pretty lax on my kids' clothes. I don't buy them anything crazy expensive because I know they're probably gonna get them messy. But if I have a really easy way that I can just quickly treat a stain and hopefully save an item, that's what this has become for me. When I see a stain on my kid's shirt, I'll just saturate it and then I throw it in the laundrette as usual. I get to washing it when I can and it gets out 90% of stains. The only thing I find that can't always do is it with like a grease-based stain, but anything else, my kids' clothes come back good as new. I know it's undramatic, but a wet dry vac honestly changed my life because now instead of sweeping and then mopping, I could just do it all at once. This sucks up anything dry as well as wet mops. I have the roller raw version. I know there's a few of these. I think essentially they're all about the same. It can sit in charge on its own and then it self-cleans itself as well. And I love that I can just do one sweep of my floors after my kids have eaten in the middle of the day, after dinner, and I'm sweeping and I'm mopping and I am vacuuming all at once. If you have a crock pot, you know that when you take the lid off to like stir it or serve it, you're putting the lid down on the counter and then the condensation is making your counter all wet. That's really annoying. If you have this little lid pocket, it literally sits inside of your crock pot, like not inside of it, clips to it and then sits on the outside. And then you can just put your top there when it's time to stir and serve. Talk about solving annoying problems. I love this cord bundler for my laptop charger. It sticks on with a really strong adhesive. It pops open when you want to use it, and then you can just wrap the cord around it when not in use to keep it nice and tidy, and then pull it out, stick it back flat against the charger when you are using it. I also have found that these cell phone charger ones are really great as well because they slide right over your cell phone charger and allow you to bundle up the cord when not in use. One thing I don't love about 2024 is how many things in my life I have to have plugged in and charging. I feel like at all times, and a lot of traditional power strips don't really get the job done as well as you want. So few products to say that one. I love this adjustable power strip because it allows you to not only create any arrangement that you might need to fit around furniture or whatever, but also by being able to adjust the shape and size, it allows you to access all the plugs, because sometimes if you have a really bulky charger, it will cover up two of the outlets. This eliminates that problem because you can adjust it and now you can get different types of chargers into it. Another product that I love are these slim outlets. Essentially, it's a slim cover that looks much nicer on the outlet and then it leads down to a power strip. This is really great if you just want something that looks a little nicer, but it also is really great if you have appliances or furniture that need to slide up right against the wall. This will save you a lot of space from the charger to the wall. I've got a few more cord related products because I'm just gonna be honest, cords are one of the things I find the most annoying, so I can solve problems. It's good. This is a retractable power cord, which I love because it is less cord just laying around. You can pull out as much cord as you need and then you can just wrap it back up, and I love how this keeps the cord clutter to a minimum. Another product I always keep on handy is these tape ties. I don't know why the hip bones on them. They come in different patterns. The bones don't in a sense. Anyways, it's just pieces of basically double-sided Velcro that you can pull off in any size you want, and you can use it to bundle up cords. But what I especially love about it is you just leave this piece of Velcro on any of your cords. So then whenever you need to, you can easily bundle and you're good to go, and then unbundle when you won't use it. Alright, last cord product for today's video at least, and that is just cord bundlers in general for appliances. This is the Tidy Wrap, but I will link a few of my favorite ones down below. These just stick onto, I don't know why appliances don't call these built-in, honestly, it's 2024. But they stick onto any of your appliances and just allow you to bundle up your cords. It makes a world of difference to have cords bundled on your appliances when you're storing them. These are toy blockers, which you can prevent things from going underneath furniture, not just toys, basically anything. It's like a clear plastic piece, and it's just great for any appliance or furniture you have where things are constantly rolling underneath. For us, it was always our oven. I will note that these only work on hard surfaces, so not for carpeted areas, but in those places where it does work, it's such a lifesaver to not constantly have to pull stuff out under your furniture or appliance. Next up is a water table cover. I had this for the first time this year. I love water tables to make cans, but I always find by midsummer they just kind of get gross, they get disgusting, even if I'm good about like drying it out and putting it in the garage. When I realized that you could just buy a cover for the water table, I was like, duh, this is such a smart solution. So at night, I just throw the cover over the top of it really quick, and it just keeps dirt and disgusting stuff from accumulating on my kid's water table. These Skidar sunglasses are really cool because they're essentially like no slip. They're designed for like really active, like sports. I think they were designed maybe for runners in the beginning and then like sports people, but as a mom, I'm running around all summer long with sunglasses on. They're constantly slipping off my head when I'm helping my kids tie their shoe or pick something up or whatever. So if you have found that slipping sunglasses are a problem for you and whatever you're doing in your day-to-day, I really like these ones, and they're not too crazy, which is really great. A mini vacuum. I have a mini vacuum in my kitchen. This is Yes, this is different than a dustbuster, okay? A dustbuster is great. I also have one of those. Those are for like big floor messes, but a mini vacuum is for things like inside of drawers, inside of cabinets, something for those smaller spaces that a dustbuster is actually too big for. I love these. I keep mine in my kitchen because I find specifically for my pantry and cupboard drawers, it is really great for just getting into those cracks and crevices where crumbs just naturally pile up. Betties. Betties are basically zip-up comforters. It's a fitted sheet, a top sheet, and a comforter all in one, and the whole thing zips closed, which is brilliant. We started using it for my 5-year-old when he moved up to a big boy bed, and I love that it just keeps the bed tidy. Like, he can literally make his own bed because he just zips it up. But also really great if you have active sleepers that it'll roll around a lot in their sleep. It helps keep them a little more snug because it's kind of a little bit more like a sleepy bag. I honestly cringe a little bit of the price every time I have to buy one because they are a little bit expensive, but they do go actively on sale throughout the year, so keep your eyes peeled. And well worth every single penny. It is such a good investment. Plastic bag opener. I never really know what to call this, but if you're somebody who does a lot of food prep, I like to prep a lot of dumb meals for my crock pot. This just helps to keep your plastic bag open while you fill it up. It's a problem I didn't really know was a problem until I had this thing to keep my bags open, and wow, it is so much easier to fill up your plastic bags when there's something sitting there holding it open for you. Under the cabinet jar opener. I stole it for just those really hard to open jars, but I found that I was using it all the time. Anytime a jar was just like a little bit stuck, I probably use this thing 3 to 4 times a week. And we've moved into our new house, and I have a new one on order because I honestly used it so much that I already miss it. It's one of those products that once you have it, you're like, wait, why didn't I have this before? My Coupon box strainer, I've talked about this. Probably this has got to be going on the 6th or 7th video that I had mentioned it in because it's just such a brilliant product. It clips onto any bowl or any pot and allows you to strain off the water or liquid from that pot without having to get out a colander, without having to get out a strainer. It takes up less space, it is easier, it's quicker, and I just love this thing. As always, guys, thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Remember to be conscious of others, and I will see you all in my next video.